Welcome back. Welcome back. Your man Diamond K in here. Diamond K in the morning on the all new radio on fire.com. Here on the program, we deliver the biggest political and trending news stories of the day with interviews and original reporting from across the country, emanating from our studios in Baltimore and Atlanta. The show is fun. The show is upbeat, but I also want to expose what is really happening in this country. Happy Monday to everybody. Hope you had a good weekend. Great weekend. Radio on Fire is Black voices giving you the American story. So clearly I have a lot to say, and I have no problem saying it. New episodes of the program, weekdays, 8 a.m. I don't want you to miss any of our live broadcasts. In addition to our 8 a.m. program, we drop content throughout the day as news happens. So hit that notification bell so you get an alert whenever we go live. I read something online. And, sometimes you'll read things. And it may be a person venting. And it will just speak to you. It'll just speak to you. And so that happened. I read something online and it really spoke to me. It was on Facebook. And when I say that it spoke to me, sometimes you'll do things not intentionally, not intentionally. It can have a negative effect, a positive effect. And like I said, so this thing spoke to me. And in it was a DJ talking about, I guess he was venting his frustrations. And I'm going to read it a little bit later. And it was in regards to partially in regards to the documentary that recently hit Netflix called Dark City Beneath the Beat. And that is really spearheaded by TT the artist. And we're going to talk about that. Nikki's in the building. Nikki, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. We're going to talk about Dark City Beneath the Beat on Netflix now. It is streaming on Netflix, so folks can check that out. Before we talk about more specifically, did you hear about this documentary before I brought it to your attention?
Before you were no, I didn't hear about it before you brought it to my attention.
Okay.
Like were there advertisements that I saw for it or something?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's my question.
No.
Okay.
No, I didn't.
Okay. And so if you are wondering, we're talking about Dark City Beneath the Beat. And this is a documentary coming from TT the artist. This is something that has been in the works for a while. Something that she has been trying to get going for a while. And I'm glad that folks are finally getting a chance to see it. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad about that. If you, the thing is that you don't even remember going to the Gold Room studio when we were working on a song that is featured in the film. So you don't even remember. I guess I didn't even tell you what was happening. Just like, look, we're going to this studio, over here. And I didn't even know what was going on. Well, let me rephrase that. I knew that they were working on a documentary. Mm-hmm. And this is a couple years ago. And I knew what they were trying to do. Of course, you don't know the exact vision. you don't know how and if things are going to actually materialize. So a lot of times people say, I'm gonna try to do this, I'm gonna try to do that, and you don't know whether it's gonna happen or not. And so Mighty Mark reached out to me, pretty much one of the main producers musically on the soundtrack and working with TTD artists. So he reached out to me, and they wanted to talk at least some point about Big Tony, Miss Tony, who many people know, I worked with and produced for, and Tony was on my label. So they wanted to incorporate some stuff from Tony or talk about Tony or, stuff like that. And so they reached out to me, and, I was, happy to oblige. And a lot of people may feel a certain way as far as whether I'm accessible or willing to collaborate. I am. But a lot of times people don't reach out to me. Sometimes people do, and sometimes they don't. I remember that Vice reached out to me once about a documentary they were doing, and we weren't able to work things out. So different folks have reached out to me over time, and other times, HBO reached out with the story of Henrietta Lacks, the Oprah Winfrey produced bio piece, and we were able to work things out. So it just depends, it just depends. But anyway, they reached out. We went over there. Do you remember going to
I do.
To the studio?
Absolutely. I just didn't.
You didn't connect
so
at all.
Long
yeah.
In between, it had been a minute.
Yeah.
So yes,
years.
I do remember that. It's coming all back.
Yeah. So we went over there. Do you remember meeting TTD artists?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
She was nice. She was sweet.
Yeah. So she's nice, talented.
Yeah.
Yeah, really cool. And so anyway, this documentary hits Netflix, which is an accomplishment in itself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's an accomplishment in itself. So I'm super happy for her. I'm happy for a lot of things. Before we even get into the meat and potatoes of it, I want to talk about the things that I'm really happy about. I'm happy about the light that she has shined on Baltimore.
Yeah.
Baltimore's music scene. Baltimore itself. I'm happy for her. Now, we're going to get to some of the criticisms that people have. She is not originally from Baltimore. Okay. And, so some people are going to have a feeling about that. The fact that she is not originally from here. I myself don't have a problem with that. It's just so crazy that she's doing things on a very elevated level, a very high level, and getting exposure for the city.
Mm-hmm.
And then some people are talking out the side of their neck like she ain't from here. She ain't representing, that kind of thing, right? Mm-hmm. These are people who are really feeling a certain kind of way because they're not in the film.
Oh,
that's
really?
What it is. Yeah,
wow. Okay.
That's what it is. Okay. And so she addressed some of this energy. I'm gonna read what she said. But some people are coming at like that. Now, so here's the thing. Is this the story of Baltimore club music? No, it's not. But she's not the person to tell that story. She could tell any story she wants to tell.
True.
It's her film.
Yeah.
Right? So you can't, DJ Hater, whoever DJ Hater is, DJ Hater can't tell her how to tell the story she wants to tell.
DJ Hater needs to tell his own story.
Yes, DJ Hater needs to tell his own story. Right. But, and DJ Hater, probably going to use his iPhone. And of course, people are going to laugh DJ Hater out. Now, you can do some amazing things with your iPhone. Let me say that. But DJ Hater don't know that. DJ Hater wants to just sit around and talk about what other people are doing. while he or she,
right,
probably a he, is doing nothing. So I don't understand where the hate comes from. Like, you could everybody has 24 hours in a day. You can do your own thing. You don't have to sit around and hate on somebody else.
True that.
Right? I don't hate on people. I sit around and talk about people, but I'm not hating. Okay? I'm not hating. I'm doing a show here, okay? Doing a show here.
It's just very opinionated.
I'm very opinionated. Just tuning in, Diamond K in the morning on the all new radioonfire.com. Here on the program. We like to have adult conversations. Talk about breaking news, covering topics that are important to the Black culture. Visit radioonfire.com for our original radio podcast and TV programs. You want to support Diamond K in the morning? Very easy to do that. You can do that via Cash Apps, $ djdiamondk, or on paypal.me/radioonfire. Diamond K in the morning is powered by the people, and we need and appreciate your support. So, like I said, I'm opinionated, but I'm not hating. Now, if I don't like something, doesn't mean I'm hating. But DJ Hater is just saying, look, you know, she ain't took, you know what I mean? Right?
And you'll talk about the good stuff too.
Now, but not DJ Hater doesn't.
I said you.
Right? Yeah, I will.
Right.
Now, if I don't like something, I'll talk about the good and I'll talk about the bad.
Right.
Okay. And so I knew what this was going in. Now, did it benefit from some, this is a story about Baltimore Club music? Yeah, it did. But here's the thing. It never said this is going to be a historical record of the history of club music.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And you have rappers that'll do their documentaries, right? It'd be about them, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a documentary about hip hop, and I'm a rap artist, da 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 da. You know, some wherever they're from. And people don't say, "Oh, wait, they ain't about hip hop. They ain't the history of hip hop. They ain't talking about Kool Herc and the Fantastic Five and the Furious Five and the Funky Four plus one more." And if they don't say that, you know what I mean? If you know, any rapper does a documentary, what's the rapper that's married or got a baby with one of the Jenners? Not Kardashian Jenner, what? Not Kanye, the other rapper, Travis Scott.
Yes.
Travis Scott could do a documentary, tell his story, his life, whatever. Throw some producers on there, some people he rock with, talk about how he came up, and put it out and say this is, you know, this rapper's putting a documentary out about hip hop. He's shining light on hip hop. They're not gonna hold him to say, you know, you didn't talk about when LL made Rock the Bells. You know what I mean? They're not gonna do that. Right. But DJ Hater, DJ Hater's gonna say, wait, no, fam. You know what I mean? Travis Scott ain't from New York, and yeah, I mean, whatever. Go ahead with that, right? So that's the kind of energy that is out there.
Okay.
So anyway, the documentary came out, released on Netflix a couple of days ago.
Mm-hmm.
You watched it all the way through?
Yes, I did.
And as did I.
Mm-hmm.
What were your thoughts about it? Like, what did you think about Dark City Beneath the Beat?
Well, first of all, to see that it was a story about Baltimore, I was super excited. Mm-hmm. Baltimore Club music, mm-hmm. You know, that's my era and my music all day. So I was mm-hmm. excited to see it. Awesome music, mm-hmm. awesome music, awesome dancing, because I'm a dancer. So it was awesome to see. And it was very colorful. And I use the word colorful because it had vibrant images of Baltimore City. Like mm-hmm. we live, and it was real. They had real images, real mm-hmm. people, sure. real places. So I could relate to it. So I was really into it. And yeah, I was really into it. I liked it. I liked it. Well, most of it I liked. Overall, I thought that it was well done. And the soundtrack is awesome. So I liked it.
Yeah. I as did I. I thought that it was really nice how hopped between dancing and artistry, production. And so I saw what they were trying to do. And, whenever you talk about Baltimore, you cannot escape the violence, I suppose, and the image that people have of the city for whatever reason, good or bad. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Good or bad.
Sure.
And so she tried to incorporate some of that in it. Definitely. And I thought that was interesting. Interesting. I mean, you can't get away from it, right? You can't get away from it. And so much of club music is connected to that kind of energy. A lot of times in the club, a fight would break out. Songs came from that energy. A lot of times, just that aggressive energy, music comes from that. Music comes from pain. So, and I thought that I actually would have liked to have seen more of her.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I would have, I don't think that she fully told her story. I think that she was very generous with the way she executed. She could have got a lot more camera time, but she shared her camera time and gave us a lot of different things.
She definitely did. She definitely did.
Now, let me say this.
Mm-hmm.
The project that I'm working on,
right,
I'm not going to be as generous as she was with her camera time with other people. I'm just going to say that off rip.
It's going to be about you?
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. But no, she's very talented. She's very talented. And I like that. To me, she paid homage to stuff. She paid homage. Did you want it? She wanted to nod her head to K-Swift, which she did.
Yes, she did.
She named her company, used K-Swift's moniker, Club Queen, and she paid homage, and she stated that. I liked that.
Yeah.
And I respected that. Now, because she doesn't look at DJ Hater as a motivating factor for her directly, that may cause DJ Hater some anguish.
Mm.
And he wants to say stuff about it. But like I said, there's been a lot of negative energy about this. And I'm wondering, is it because she's a lady? Is it because some people wanted to be in it that were not in it? Like, where does the negative energy come from?
I think you hit the nail on the head when you said a lot of people that felt like they should have been in it. Like, it's not validated. They probably feel like because they weren't in it. Like, she didn't talk to me. Mm-hmm. So this really isn't about Baltimore club music because, she didn't talk to me, or so-and-so wasn't in it, or is this really about, Baltimore club music? So it's not validated. I think they feel because some of the elements they would have liked to have seen, like themselves, were not in it. So yeah, which is unfortunate because again, I enjoyed it. Like I could dance to it, rock to it. I also liked that it was like jazzy club sometimes. You know what I mean? The elements of the songs. Yeah. It was a mixture. Like in the beginning, you thought it was going to go one way, but it always looped back around and looped club music into the song. Like the music really took you on a ride. I liked it. I really liked that part.
Yeah. I agree. And so, like I said, there's been this kind of energy, and TT the artist posted something, and DJ the Chosen One shared it, and I'm going to actually read it.
Let your haters be your motivators.
Yes. Yeah. Ain't that how it goes? Okay, so said this. So this is TT the artist addressing some of the negative energy or some of the criticism that that she was getting. And it says this. This is TT the artist. The film was never meant to tell the history and evolution of Baltimore club music. This film is an audio visual experience that highlights some of the culture that inspired me, as well as showcasing the creative culture in Baltimore while addressing the social and political climate the city has faced within the backdrop of Black America. Each scene is curated and creatives, but Baltimore-based artists, singers, rappers, and poets. I am from Florida, but Baltimore became my home at the age of 18. I love all feedback. Overall, it's very positive. There were many OGs who were contacted but never responded back to my emails. Again, the film was never about telling the full history of club culture, and anybody interested in that, anyone interested in doing that, I hope this film inspires others to pick up a camera and create their own films. So that is again from TT the artist, and she's responding to some of the feedback that she has gotten from people that probably feel that she was going to tell a different story than she told. But again, she can tell a story that she wants to tell, and I like what she did. Now, is this going to be the last documentary about or inspired by Baltimore club music? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And there are plenty of people who have their own story to tell, and I encourage you to do it. It takes a lot of courage to put yourself out there for people to criticize you, for people to, review your work. It takes a lot to do that. It takes a lot. Everybody is not built for this. You got to have thick skin in order to do this. So Nikki, what did you think about, I don't know how much of her reaction did you hear, but what did you think about what she said?
No, I think that was, I'm so proud of her. I want to say that because her reaction was so, it was so classy. It was so mature. From what I heard. Yeah. Cause she could have really went in. But she nicely said, it wasn't a documentary. And if you would like to paint your own story, you can. And I just think that she handled that very maturely, because I've seen some responses go all the way left to negativity. And I like the way she handled it.
Yeah. 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 I mean, it is, like I said, it is not easy. It is not easy to put yourself out there for others to critique you, critique your work, critique your thoughts. It took her many years to put this together. It was shown at the very, very online South by Southwest because the pandemic was going on. So it was shown online there. And she's been working on this for quite some time. And the stick to it-ness that is required to do something like that is difficult. It's difficult. So I definitely want people to go to Netflix and check this out. A lot of people that I respect are in it. And
really? Are you in it?
My face is not in it. My voice is in it. I definitely, I guess I alluded to it earlier. I did a commentary in the movie about Miss Tony.
Well done. It was well done.
And folks also got to hear a bit of an exclusive song that myself and Mighty Mark put together in the film. So I mean, you know, I think that Miss Tony would be proud of her, proud of what was done.
Yeah,
definitely.
And kudos to you, sir.
Who, me?
Yes, you did an awesome job. The narration, the song is fire, y'all. The song is fire.
You know, so you know, if some may have thought that it was going to tell the story of some of the pioneers, and it did not. If that's what you were looking for, it didn't give you that. But it wasn't supposed to give you that. It was not supposed to give you that. So I just want to shout out everybody that had something to do with it. And so directed by TT the artist. And Issa Rae was executive producer. She had a lot to do with it. And definitely, once again, did she chronicle every record that ever came out of Baltimore? No, and it's not her job to do that.
No.
We have to tell our own story.
Right.
We have to tell our own story. And because if she had tried to tell other people's story, they'd have been like, oh, she ain't tell it right.
Yeah.
Or, you know, whatever. Yeah. And I know how difficult it is. You reach out to somebody, they may not see your vision. And they didn't hit her back, right?
Right.
So she kept it moving, as she should.
Right.
And the folks who didn't believe in what she was doing, they didn't have to be a part of her project. They can do their own project, and that's fine. We need more projects about Baltimore, not less.
Right.
We need more. There's not going to be one project that's going to tell the whole story exactly. Every bit of it. I saw a lot of folks on there, like I said, that I know and respect. And I saw Benny Sticks, James Nasty, 6 Sense. I saw Mumbles, DJ Nasty, Big Nasty, Scotty B, Lady Mysterious, DJ Tigger. I saw, of course, Mighty Mark and TT Arts and plenty other folks in there. And this is just another step in the, you know, the whole story. This is just another step in that direction. So it is a big deal, and it is something to be excited about. Some of the dancing was amazing.
Oh, it was.
Some of the dancing was amazing.
And like you said, and like she said, it was meant to be a visual experience, and that's exactly what it was.
Visual, yeah.
And she said a visual.
Yeah, visual.
I like that.
A visual experience.
Yeah.
Well said, and well done.
Yes.
Well said and well done. So do you recommend this for people to watch? Do you recommend Dark City Beneath the Beat for people to watch?
Absolutely. And I recommend you watch it. I mean, you know, due to COVID, social distancing, but
this was shot pre-COVID.
Invite some invite some friends over, a group. Oh, if you love club music, you guys will be in there dancing here, break a sweat.
Yeah.
Dancing. So I say absolutely. It's a group watch.
The soundtrack, they got a soundtrack that is out there. I definitely recommend that. Soundtrack is very good. And what I really, really, really am impressed with is its quality. It was shot well.
It was well done.
It was shot well. The soundtrack is produced well. Sonically, it is good. It is quality. It's quality work. Absolutely. And that is something that Baltimore can definitely be proud of. And so I also want to say, just tuning in, Diamond K in the morning on all new radioonfire.com. We are talking about the documentary, Dark City Beneath the Beat, which is available on Netflix. You can see that on Netflix, and I encourage people to stream it. So I was speaking earlier about something that touched me on Facebook, right?
Right.
Did you remember I said that?
Yes.
Yeah. And so, and it's here it is. Okay. And I've said this before, but sometimes you need that reminder to really connect with you. Like, look, you need a reminder because you're human, right? You're human.
Right. Right.
When it comes to things from Baltimore, movies from Baltimore, web series from Baltimore, businesses from Baltimore, artists from Baltimore, it is imperative. What separates Baltimore from some of these cities that's had their big moment, like Houston or Atlanta or New York or Compton or LA or places that have had their run in hip hop, is the support of the city itself.
True.
And Baltimore has long suffered from this. Everybody wants to put the city on the map. City's already on the map. So because everybody wants to put the city on the map, a lot of times there is this rivalry and this lack of support from each other. Like the artists don't always support each other, and you're not gonna ever have anybody always support everything. But my point is that we need more support, and everybody can do their part, right? So, but it's just like voting. You know how people say, look, we only see, this is the constituents, we only see you when it's time to get your vote, right?
Right.
And they'll say that to them, okay? But it's a two-way street. You have to also hold that politician accountable on the off season of election. You have to do your homework and check and see what they doing.
Right.
It's a two-way street. And so when artists say, oh, we ain't getting no support, right? It's a two-way street. You also have to try to promote to those people in your city. You can't just take for granted that, oh, they're not going to support me, so I ain't going to say nothing. Or they should just automatically know that my project is out without you promoting it.
Right.
Right. And so I am going to do more to elevate and promote things from Baltimore, because I could do better with that myself. I'm not above criticism. I'm saying that I can do better too.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I can do better too.
Me too.
Huh?
I said me too.
Yeah. And really, that's one of the reasons why I started the Baltimore Music Awards. Because I said that there are so many talented artists that folks don't maybe have access to or know about. So I want to bring recognition to these artists, and hopefully I can get new fans, get new fans to some of these great artists.
Right.
So that is, and I'm trying to find the post about, the post that really spoke to me, and it was DJ Booman put the post up, and he was just talking about the fact that people should be celebrating this release and not being negative about it.
Yeah, that's true. There was nothing negative that should have been said.
Oh yeah.
It's not like they painted Baltimore in a bad light.
I could see if she came
light, or she said something that wasn't true, or an egg. Like I don't understand what was negative about it.
I could see if she threw Baltimore under the bus.
Right. Which so many other films, movies, documentaries, whatever it is, do. And it wasn't even about
Did The Wire throw us under the bus? I mean,
ooh, did it? Ooh, Jesus. Yes.
Yeah.
It was so positive. Like it was nothing but light. You know what I mean? That's why I described it as very colorful and vibrant, because it was all positive. I don't understand. Everyone was in there was happy and telling stories about growing up in Baltimore. We had a flashback of the Paradox. It was like, I mean, all good vibes.
Yeah.
So I don't understand how anyone could have said anything negative, because again, it was all light, so. But people will always have something negative to say about anything.
Yeah. All right. So here I've found the post. So this spoke to me. So DJ Boo Man said this, and on Facebook, Grant Boo Man Burley is his name. So anyway, but DJ Boo Man, he also has an artist page as well. So he says, DJ Boo Man, Lab Tech 1, Jimmy Jones landed a major deal for Baltimore Club Music. Record a full club music album. Amount of support in the city, maybe 10%. DJ Boo Man does an official Baltimore Club remix for Diddy. Amount of support from DJs, radio in the city, 5%. Sean Banks assembles Baltimore Boys production team. A team of club producers secure a major bag for all of the producers, including myself, and we work on material for the likes of Janet Jackson. Support from music community, almost zero. I could go on, but do you see the pattern? Dark City Beneath the Beat should be celebrated, especially if you are or were ever involved in club music. We have to change the negative culture of the city. It's a new day.
Sure.
So that spoke to me. Let me say this. I think that his numbers are off. I think that more people supported those projects than he realized. But the point is taken that the support is not where it should be. And there are a lot of people that can say that support should be more. And if that is the media, which I am a part of, or if that is the artists, which I'm also a part of, and the people. But here's the thing: you can't make the people like something. And so, well, let me rephrase that. You can make people like something, but the tastemakers have to be involved to make them, to make them like it. Right. And yes, the tastemakers in the city can support more. They definitely can. And I think that because a lot of the tastemakers are artists, sometimes they don't want to, play another. I mean, it shouldn't be like that.
Right.
I produced a record once, and so this is maybe 2003. And I remember taking it to Reggie Reg, RIP Reggie Reg. So Reggie Reg was at 92Q at the time. The record was hot, right? And so I'm talking on the record. It's not my song, but I'm talking on the record, like a DJ Khaled kind of talking, right? And I left my vocals on the record. So I talked on the record like I'm a DJ playing the song, and it's like on a mixtape. But I took it to a couple of DJs for them to play, to try to get a feel of whether we should, whether we had a hot record or not. And Reggie told me, the record's hot. Love the record. I want the record without your talking in it, right? Other DJs are not going to play it if you talking on it, like in the way that you're talking on it. And I didn't agree with him. And then later on, Khaled comes out and makes songs that are released, and he's talking in the same fashion, saying his name, and other DJs are forced to play it because they were hit songs. Now, DJs, sometimes you'll have an R&B song, and maybe the format will want it without the rap, and sometimes we'll give them with rap, without the rap, and with the talking, without the talking. And you can do all of that. But what I didn't like is, and I told Reggie this, I don't think that you can play another DJ's production. Like, I think that it kind of stems from that. Well, this DJ talking, they say his name, I want people to think, you know what I mean? Just, if the song is hot, just play the song. I don't even think now that's even a factor as much, because people can listen to stuff online and the whole experience of music is different. It's not like everybody's going out buying a mixtape like they used to. You know what I'm saying? How do you get your music? Like, how do you determine what you're going to listen to?
I am a partial radio chick, and I say partial because I'll hear it on the radio first.
Okay, you still live by that. Okay.
I said partial.
Nothing wrong with that.
And then I'll go stream it, which leads to other songs and then other projects.
So how do you feel about playlists?
Oh, I love playlists.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, that's what I look at. I when I'm streaming music, that is exactly where I go to. I actually very seldom go to one particular artist. I go to playlists mainly because it exposes me to music that
you wouldn't normally have heard.
Right. So that's why I like playlists.
Right. I like playlists as well. I like playlists as well. Diamond K in the Morning is available in the WRF Radio app. You can simply download WRF Radio from your app store, and they have a lot of interesting shows over there. I definitely encourage you to check them out. WRF Radio. And Diamond K in the Morning also available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher. We are out there. Anywhere that you can get podcasts, just search Diamond K in the Morning. Of course, visit radioonfire.com. And so playlists, like you were saying, I love playlists. And it really exposes you to a lot of different things. To me, the playlist is almost like the new mixtape.
Right.
And you're just going to hear different stuff. And you're doing stuff around your house. You put on a playlist and you just let it play. And then other songs just come on. You don't have to keep going back to your device and trying to change it up.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so that's what it is. This is a new time, new era. But whatever city, if you're in Baltimore, whatever city that you are in, you're from, support your local artists, support your local businesses, support local. Like, that is super important.
It is
super important. Don't think that just because something is from your hometown, wherever your hometown may be, that it's not up to par, that it's not good, because that's not true.
Right.
It's not true. You don't do it with food. You support your local food business, right? Support all the businesses.
Yeah.
Support that local clothing store, that shop, their website, whatever it is, and support your artists. And artists, don't be too big to support each other.
That's so true. It's not for everybody.
Yes, you cannot expect the fans to support you artists if you artists don't support each other.
Great.
You're gonna say to them, "Oh, y'all need to support us. Oh, we don't support each other, but y'all need to support us." That what part of the game is that? What part of the game is that? Definitely. I will be back here tomorrow, 8 a.m. Thank you, Nikki, as always. How can people stay in touch with you if you want to put yourself out there? I don't know if you want to or not.
I'm on Instagram, Nikki S617 on Instagram.
Okay.
And yeah, I do Instagram.
Okay, that's what's up. Of course, as I said, you can support the program Diamond K in the Morning via Cash App. It's $ DJ Diamond K, or PayPal.me/radio on fire. You need to get in touch with me, djdiamondk@gmail.com, or visit Radio on Fire. And talking about support, before we go, I know we're against the clock. I have always supported entrepreneurship and independent businesses. And here on the program, we are really going to be making a concerted effort to highlight businesses. And I want you, if you have a business or you know someone with a business, hit me up on Instagram at The Diamond K Show. DM me, send me the link to the business's Instagram. We're going to be highlighting businesses on the show. And just with this pandemic, it is really important to continue to get your business in front of people. So I encourage you, if you know a business, it may be a nail salon you go to, or barbershop, or a restaurant, anything. A boutique. And if they are popping and we need to know about it, DM me at the Diamond K Show. Send me that business's social media info so we can start promoting some of these businesses. It is really, really critical that we continue to support, promote, highlight, and patronize these small businesses. Any last words, Nikki, before we get out of here?
No.
Okay.
Have a good morning. Good day, everybody.
Thank you. All right. We will see you guys tomorrow.